What's up, y'all? I am the dating pool guy, cleaning up the dating pool through reactions and through advice, etc., etc. Today, we are going to be watching part two of this video. Kicked his cheating wife out of the house, only to discover that her lover was his client. So yeah, we're gonna get into part two. It's been crazy. Go and watch part one. You know what I'm saying? Please share, like, subscribe, and yeah, we're gonna jump right in because y'all can see what it was before. I think they're gonna give a little recap in this part two, like a little bit of it. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump in, man. We're doing these in parts, so I think it's 4 parts. So we're just gonna break them up. Let's get it.
His wife stays home with the child. However, the child is from the wife's first love, unbeknownst to Hiroki Kanzaki. Since her first sight of her husband and seeing the child cry uncontrollably, Miu Kanza began to doubt Hiroki's affection for children. When they left the hospital, Hiroki unexpectedly left work early, helping her pack and handle the discharge in an uncharacteristic manner. Upon returning home and seeing the baby supplies all over the table, Miu's perception of him changed. To thank him for his contributions, she decided to let him name the child, explaining that her own name was a gift from her father. Although they soon divorced, the name remains a constant reminder of her father's presence. She also assured Hiroki that she would keep the promise to raise the child alone without affecting his work. Hearing this, Hiroki appeared tense. Miu resolved to treat the child as Hiroki's own, unaware that at that moment, Ryou Fuyutsuki had just returned to Japan. He and a female colleague visited the younger brother of a deceased colleague who showed visible disappointment. Initially told his brother had survived with severe injuries, only to learn a month later there was a mistake and his brother had died. Seeing Ryou alive felt like a slap, reminding him of his brother, prompting him to dismiss them. The error originated from the female colleague's selfish act, as she allowed the police to misidentify the survivor, even though she knew Ryou was being resuscitated. Ryou comforted her, saying confusion in such situations was normal, and expressed his intention to keep visiting on behalf of his colleague, despite the brother's reluctance. At noon, he ate the ramen he had promised to eat upon returning to Japan. Walking on the overpass, he remembered his first love, Miu Kanza. He was unaware that Miu was overwhelmed with her new responsibilities. Her first attempt at caring for the child was frantic. A friend brought over some spare baby items, and during their meeting, she mentioned that the child did not resemble the father at all. They also discussed one morning when Hiroki seemed unwell. This is a side of Hiroki Kanzaki that Miu Kanza never knew about. There's still a lot she doesn't know. Each night, Hiroki quietly checks on the child, touching the baby's delicate face. The sounds the child makes scare him away, and he quickly retreats to his study to look up meanings of names online. The next day, Hiroki presents a list of carefully selected names, each with its meaning explained, giving their child a name that means not to lose direction. Miu Kanza and her in-laws visit a temple to pray for the child. The in-laws had just complained about Hiroki not participating in such a major event, but Miu had just explained that he was too busy with work when Hiroki suddenly appeared, pushing his mother-in-law in a wheelchair. Hiroki's change touched Miu's heart, and it pained her to see that he had learned how to soothe the child, a task she struggled with, as Hiroki easily put the crying baby to sleep. Miu casually remarked, "You've changed a lot," to which Hiroki seriously replied that he was sorry for bringing his work stress home and taking it out on her previously, admitting he hadn't been a good husband. But the birth of their child changed everything for him. Fearing the fragile and tender child might get hurt, he found direction and warmth in her, making him reconsider his previous promises. Hiroki asked Miu for a chance to do what a father should do, a request she couldn't refuse.
Whoa. This thing tripping. Well, I was gonna pause it right there anyway. Yo, see what happens when you talk. He let her know, yo, look, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, for how I treated you, you know what I'm saying, work was stressful, blah, blah. Now, he should have had this conversation with her earlier on. That's why constant communication is key, bruh. Not constant complaining, constant communication. But notice she's like, wow, like, you're good with the baby. Like, he was putting in the work, but, you know, he did it through his action. And she's loving what she's seeing, I think. But who knows, you know, because that other guy, he was there for her when she was down. So it's kind of tough. You don't know, like, a lot of times with ladies, when they're done, they're done, you know. But if they're not completely done, then it usually lasts a long time. That's why you'll find that their like first love, you know, the one they really love, they still have that, unless they get tired of it and they're like, I'm done with this. They still have that connection to the first person that they loved. You know what I'm saying? But when they're over it and they're done, then yeah, they're done with it. So I don't know where she is. It seems like she's done, but we'll see as it goes. But yeah, like, good change, man.
Miu for a chance to do what a father should do, a request she couldn't refuse. The next day, Hiroki's expression had changed, his phone's screensaver now a picture of their daughter, and his step more vibrant. At work, he went straight to his manager to resign from his role as project leader, having more important duties now. Although the manager warned that this might cost him his job, Hiroki left without hesitation. Meanwhile, Miu found Hiroki's yellowed handkerchief, recalling how she had used it to wipe his sweat when they first met. Surprised that he still used it after all these years, she was even more moved, realizing Hiroki had always loved her. Hiroki joined her for the child's 1-month checkup, and afterward, Miu Kanza thought about saying goodbye to her past. Miu Kanza placed Ryou Fuyutsuki's bookmark back in its place in the school library, just as she had settled her past secrets. As she turned around, Ryou Fuyutsuki appeared before her. While her husband happily cared for their newborn daughter, he was unaware that his wife was with her first love at that moment. Shocked and thrilled to see her presumed dead first love alive, Miu quickly pushed Ryou away, feeling it was unfair to her reformed husband. Leaving the library, Miu encountered Hiroki Kanzaki, who had come looking for her, making her feel more guilty about her actions. Unable to sleep at night, she searched online in the living room and discovered a recent official correction. The news of Ryou Fuyutsuki's death had been a mistake. Mixed emotions filled her heart. Awakening to find Miu not beside him, Hiroki saw her daydreaming in the living room and approached her with care. After crying, Miu could only hide her feelings. Seeing Hiroki busying himself around her, Miu wished he wouldn't be so kind to her. Since their child's birth, Hiroki had been paying more attention to his wife, even researching postpartum depression online and reassuring Miu to speak up if something was bothering her. He emphasized that work was less important than family, but Miu only expressed her gratitude, leaving Hiroki unsure how to help.
Okay, now, I know this is going to sound crazy with what I just said, right? About, like, communication, about, you know, communication and telling, like, how you feel, but not complaining. Now, that was good, but there's a part 2 to this, fellas. Pay attention. This is the part that gets you, like, see how he's being kind to her? Good. That's great. But the other part of that is you gotta stay hungry. You gotta stay on your grind. You gotta still be in the place where, like, hey, I gotta get this business done. Of course, I love my family. Like, I'm taking care of them. I got you. But at the same time, I'm always building. I'm always hungry. I'm always trying to go better. Because right where he is right now, notice that she's like, oh, I don't deserve it. When, I don't know if should I give this out? Nah, why not? Usually, I've realized when women when women feel like they don't deserve your kindness, that is when you're in trouble of being in the friend zone. Of them not being interested. Excuse me, of them not being interested in you anymore. When they feel like, oh, you're so kind to me, I don't deserve it, blah, blah, blah. After that, you get on your grind, bro. You say, okay, I need to focus, because that can quickly turn, into like, oh, like, he's so friendly to me. He's being nice. He's blah, blah, blah. And then they feel like you're just being nice for some other reason and not because they deserve it. Of course, be kind, but stay on your grind, bro. Don't fall into this, because he's starting to go backward where it's like, oh, family's more important than work. I need to learn all these baby secrets. I need to blah, blah, blah. Like, it's good to learn, but always stay hungry, bro. Or else, let's see where this goes.
The next day, Hiroki sought advice from a cafe owner. learning that his wife might also need someone to talk to about her troubles. For the first time, he visited the shop of Miu's best friend to understand any recent changes in her. The friend envied how well Hiroki treated Miu, but Miu, lying beside Hiroki, was full of worries because Ryou Fuyutsuki had been contacting her. He found her number through a member of a past event, but despite hesitating, Miu dared not answer. Ryu neglected his work, focusing on personal concerns, which upset a female colleague who had long harbored feelings for him without confessing. Using work as an excuse, she reminded him to give up on Miu. Ryu sent a message to Miu, wanting to meet and clarify things. He asked her to meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. under the school's water tower. Although Miu Kanza saw the message, she knew she was now a mother, and it was time to put her past behind her, especially since Hiroki Kanzaki was treating her so well. Ryou Fuyutsuki waited, disheartened, while a female colleague saw this as her chance. Unknown to them, fate kept them connected. The colleague's sponsor was Hiroki Kanzaki's company, inevitably leading Ryu and Hiroki to meet face-to-face. Miu's best friend invited her for a weekend dinner, and Hiroki took on the role of caring for the child at home. Miu discreetly sought her friend's advice on choosing between her past and present treasures, knowing she couldn't have both.
Okay, see, this is what that's what I'm talking about. Why is this still a thing? Why are you still in this place where you're like, I wonder who I should choose? See, that's what I'm talking about, bruh. That's why you gotta be careful, because like, I was with her, you know what I'm saying? But that was her time to leave, so she was probably done. Like, this shows me that she was done with this man. She's staying because it's nice. She's staying because he's taking care of the kid. You know what I'm saying? But her feelings towards him, she wants that other dude. And that's why you got to be careful, because once she's done, like, you see that she's done, it's a wrap, bruh. Let it go. Because, like, this right here, she's just stringing him along so that she could, you know, have somebody to help her with the baby. It's not even his baby. Rough. So, yeah, why is she still contemplating, like, oh, should I be with him? Should I be? No, like, it's up. You got the family, like, you're good, like, but she not good, bruh. Listen to me. I'll steer you in the right direction.
Her friend suggested that since Miu had a new treasure, the old one was merely of sentimental value and offered to take it. During their conversation, a customer appeared. It was Ryou Fuyutsuki, whom Miu wanted but feared to meet. Hearing them mention Miu's child threw Ryu off balance, and he left the shop in a hurry. Miu also found an excuse to end the gathering early. As her friend chased her out with the forgotten cake, she saw Miu making a call while running. The two then met under the school's water tower. Miu confessed to Ryu that she wanted to cherish her current family after having a child, but thanked him for being her light during her darkest times. Hearing this, Ryu wept. As Miu approached to comfort him, he embraced her, a moment witnessed by the pursuing best friend. Miu Kanza's best friend accidentally saw her hugging her first love and immediately told Miu Kanza's husband.
Whoa, snitch. Now you gotta figure. No. See, no. Nah, you can't do that. That's messed up. And now we're going into part 3. So y'all gotta wait till the next video. But nah, you can't do that. Like, you can't just be like, oh, like, I saw her blah 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 and she was blah blah. No. Like, well, hold on. I would want to know, actually. So scratch that. I would want to know. But it is crazy that she just immediately ran to the husband. I mean, it's good. It is good. But it's just crazy because she just kind of assumed what was going on. But I guess, like I said, for her to still be torn, something was up. So, you know what? Shout out to the friend, man. You know what? I take back what I said. Shout out to the friend because I would want to know too. Yeah, peace.